Gentlemen, another project underway here. Hopefully we're going to get started tomorrow. This is a 95 International 4700. This has a 14-foot bed on it. Okay, so this is two-wheel drive. Now here it's gonna get real interesting here. I'm up in Roosevelt, Utah. A good friend of mine, he's into military vehicles. We have all kinds of good stuff here. M37s, command cars. But this is the one I'm interested in right now. This is I don't know what year it is. This is a Ford F700. So we're going to be pulling the the hood off this, the cab, and most importantly, the front axle down here. This has the, back in the day, Marmon Harrington did the conversions on these. They made these four-wheel drive. So let's see if I can zoom this. It's got an MH on the diff. So there it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this front axle out, rear axle, take these right out of this frame, and then the transfer case back here. All this is coming out of the Ford, and it's all going to go into that International. Whether it'll work or not, we're not sure. We're going to do some measurements and math tomorrow, see what we come up with. All right. Well, I got the project home about 1 a.m. last night. Drove it from Roosevelt, Utah. Got caught in a hellacious rainstorm, but it did okay. Anyway, this old truck's home. We've converted this to four-wheel drive. This has a Marmon Harrington axle under it. That's about a 2.5 ton axle, open knuckle axle, front disc brakes. Yep. This has the DT466 International motor. That's a pretty good engine. Moving back here, 14-foot. This is a tilt bed on this. Full hydraulics under their work. When we did this conversion, we used the spring hangers off a donor truck. That effectively raised this whole truck about 8 inches, so it sits pretty high off the ground. It's ugly right now, but it may be ugly when I'm done with it. We'll see. Here's the transfer case that came with it. Another Marmon Harrington piece of equipment. This transfer case is probably 600 pounds. All the bracketry is another 400, so there's 1,000 pounds of iron sitting there that I have to install in there. We had to cut the frame rails on the donor truck. Used a Metabo grinder for that. About 3 hours of grinding and this thing was on the ground. So I've got all the complete set of drive lines for this, for the front, rear, and we'll be eliminating these drive lines here. I have a full set on the back of the truck that actually goes for the four-wheel drive. She's ugly, but it's gonna haul, that old truck's gonna haul this M37 on the back. At least that's my plan here.